Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hope your day is going well. This is going to be the Algorand Ideation Workshop for today. We'll kind of wait a couple minutes as people are joining in, but kind of as people are trickling in, don't hesitate, post in the chat. Tell me kind of what challenge you're thinking of building on for this hackathon. You know, this is going to be our last workshop of the hackathon. We want to kind of end it off right, get you the ideas, flowing, let you ask any questions you may have. So kind of a little bit about myself. I'm Steve. I'm a program manager here at Encode Club. I will be your host, kind of explaining, some ideas in the 3 tracks, as well as kind of your submissions, and then ask any questions you may have. So yeah, thanks for everyone joining today. We'll hopefully get kind of that creative juices flowing here, maybe get ideas rolling after this. Happy to kind of hop on a call as well later and talk about your idea more. So thanks for joining here. Let me share my screen and kind of make sure things are happening. Can everybody see it all right? Maybe somebody just give me a thumbs up in the chat so I can tell. But great. So this will be the ideation workshop for today. We're going to do this kind of whiteboard storyboarding, kind of have it flow. So bear with me. This is my first time kind of using it live here. So might have some little technical issues, but let's get right into it. A little bit about the hack. Let's go to our website here and then click on the Algorand hack, actually more specifically. So, reminder on kind of the challenges we're looking at here: gaming, NFTs, and DeFi. So that's kind of what Algorand wants to highlight in this hackathon. We're really trying to emphasize those areas. 50,000 algos in a prize pool, so very large amount of tokens available for this. It also allows you to kind of have the creativity that you want. They're very general and let you kind of run with it. So that's kind of go back to our storyboard and kind of highlight those 3 areas. So kind of that first middle one was NFTs here. So let's call this NFTs. And then we also got gaming. And then we have, of course, DeFi, the biggest one. So that one encompasses a lot of things. Welcome to the people that are coming late here. Thanks for kind of joining us. Let me kind of make sure the chat is open here so I can see any questions you may have. But yeah, so a little bit more about NFTs. So there's a lot of NFTs out there. We're talking about with this ideation more of, let me just make sure. Can everybody see the ideation? Yep, thumbs up, cool. So a little bit about NFTs. This isn't just like, hey, let's make the images, let's post them on Algorand instead. No, this is kind of building out that infrastructure, that tooling of NFTs, the analytics, etc. So one cool thing, could be NFT lending. So you have an NFT already on Algorand. You might want to create some yield, for example. You lend it out to kind of a separate owner. That would be a cool, landing page for that lending would be a great idea. Another idea would be kind of, let's see, these marketplaces. So a marketplace such as like an OpenSea on Algorand to kind of be able to buy, trade any type of NFTs. Something else that you could see would be, for example, like aggregators of kind of those marketplaces or of kind of the NFTs to put them all in one platform. Oh, wow. Sorry. It did the arrow the other way there. Wasn't expecting that. So aggregators would be another cool idea. let's see, next one would be maybe generative. Those are really hot right now, generative NFTs, you know, kind of these ones that can morph and change over time, as well as they're generative right off the bat. You know, you put them into kind of your program that you create, and it will generate, you know, various based upon the characteristics you choose, as well as kind of gaming is a big one. So we'll kind of talk about gaming as well, but gaming assets. So, you know, as we're creating games on the blockchain, the assets, I apologize, I can't really spell here. I think that's 2 S's. So a little bit about that, you know, that might be a profile photo, it might be your player, could be kind of the tools that we're using, it could be, you know, things as that. So that's a big one that is in play that's tied to gaming. You could kind of hit 2 of these challenges with that, as well as swaps. Swaps would be another thing. So instead of kind of going to marketplace, needing to, you know, buy one NFT and then sell one NFT, take the proceeds and buy another. If we could actually create a swap, an exchange of NFTs, cut out a transaction, that would actually be really big. And then kind of the next points here are actually kind of some examples of these NFT kind of platforms that have already come out of our ecosystem. So first one would be an NFT marketplace called EXA Finance. It's actually an exchange with Algorand, but they do fungible and non-fungible tokens. This came out of kind of our ecosystem, our accelerator. We also invest in them. So all of kind of these hackathon projects here that you do, you know, in this hack can turn out to be truly, you know, a real company, a real, you know, use case. So kind of wanted to showcase the ones that are coming through in this NFT space. Another one would be like an NFT analytics platform. Acelytic came out of our hackathon as well. They're really cool. They actually are on the App Store currently. I would encourage kind of checking them out. You could kind of get an idea based upon their dashboard. So that's kind of where they aggregate. I don't know why my Wi-Fi here isn't loading. Apologies on that. But it's kind of a cool platform. You can see kind of all of the NFTs that are going on the platform. You know, the image, all of their statistics, the volume, the percentages that they are going up. So that is kind of a cool example. You could even kind of take that inspiration and go in, you know, build off of it. The last one would be like an NFT discovery platform. So that's kind of in that analytics as well. This kind of came out of our accelerator also. So all these projects that I'm kind of posting is to give you like, hey, motivation, like, hey, they came out of Encode, as well as, you know, cool ideas. So this one would be where you can kind of understand what are the NFTs going around. You can analyze them like kind of the previous one as well. So that's great. Those are a couple, but a little bit back to kind of our main storyboard here. Let's see if I can zoom out. Like I said, this is kind of new to me, and I have Zoom over here in the right-hand corner. So I'm trying to, let me get a little better space. Okay, cool. So zooming out a little bit here. Let's go into gaming. So a little bit about gaming. You know, most gaming on the blockchain isn't fully on block. You know, you don't actually put the gameplay on the blockchain. That would actually be very difficult and kind of transaction timing. So it's rare that the full game itself is on the blockchain. Rare game itself is on blockchain, but kind of the results usually are. So the results posted onto the block. So kind of that would be something to think about here, as well as kind of putting, how would you be able to take that data that you kind of create in the game, be able to kind of pull it off through probably an Oracle. So kind of this will lead into later that isn't fully a challenge, but kind of comes into plays like infrastructure and tooling within this. So if you think about, hey, I'm trying to kind of create a game, how would I be able to, actually take data onto the game or off, Oracle. So you might incorporate an Oracle into this. One kind of example of that would be Go Oracle. They also came out of our kind of platform. They were thinking, hey, we want to create a sports kind of betting platform, but we need kind of this infrastructure. We need this Oracle to be able to pull that data, put it on chain. So that's kind of that infrastructure that could actually come out of the hack. You incorporate it into your idea. So that's a little bit about that. It was well as kind of more about this would be, you can find on dev portals for Algorand. So let me kind of showcase that as well. But a couple of games that have come out of our kind of ecosystem is Z Circuit. That's on Algorand. So it's kind of a decentralized player managed racing league. So it's cool where you're actually racing on courses. This was in our accelerator as well. So it's a game where, hey, it's all simulated. You have your car. You kind of stake that money, and then the winner of the race gets the reward, gets the yield there as well. So that's a cool game we saw come out of our ecosystem. So it's very general, very open, any game you're thinking of. Another one I want to mention is Algorand. They came out of our accelerator as well. So this is a trading cards video game. So you're kind of, the cards are the NFTs, you're selling them, buying them. Check out their website. Good way to kind of get, if cards and gaming is kind of your thing, I would check them out. I'll also kind of post some of these later. Let's see, I'm getting a few questions here. I'm just checking the questions. I'll probably answer all those at the end, just because I'm kind of running through kind of everything now, and then we'll kind of get to that to the end. So apologies if I don't answer your question right away. We'll kind of get there. So kind of into DeFi. DeFi is like I said, this biggest one. Everything is kind of new, and you can add that infrastructure and et cetera here. So kind of the first thing would be in DeFi that I would highlight is probably stable coins. So let's see here. Apologies on some of the writing to be cohesive. We'll make this look nice and actually send it out to everybody after, but stable coins. So maybe a better implementation of algorithmic stablecoins would be one. Algorithmic stablecoins are kind of not working out right now. So if you could come up with a better solution, keep it pegged, during these times of market volatility and downturn, that's what we're really trying to look for with those. As well as another one to highlight with DeFi would probably be kind of lending as well. So a new way to kind of lend and capitalize on kind of interest rates. Maybe you combine kind of two different, oops, why is this? Sorry, I want to delete that. It's not big, but apologies here. So lending would be one. Another example would be DEXs, so decentralized exchanges would be another thing that we would like to highlight in DeFi. If you create a decentralized exchange, maybe it's a new way to kind of do liquidity pools, being able to, keep everything liquid. So DEXs, as well as maybe automated market makers. So maybe that's gas fees. Maybe that's kind of things such as this. And then maybe like a yield totally generator would be one. Another idea would be bridges. We're bridging to multiple chains. How do I move assets from Algorand or, Binance to Algorand? So that would be bridges. Not sure why I typed out Algorand there. And then a couple more would be kind of those dashboards. So these are very, general dashboards for any type of thing. This is kind of also leads into that infrastructure piece that I was talking about. Wallets would be a good one out there, fun project to kind of learn Algorand, see how it works, and then even notifications within kind of those wallets or kind of that on-chain data. That would be a good example. So let me kind of make this pretty here, copy over a bunch of these little arrows. And then that kind of, like I said, leads to somewhat, infrastructure in here. So if we had infrastructure, that would be kind of those tooling, that would be as well as those dashboards, etc. So some kind of things that have come out of our ecosystem, again, that were in infrastructure and kind of this DeFi space. One would be kind of an Algorand naming service. So like ENS, this is ANS. They were as well in our accelerator. Very cool. So you can get your name.algo. I would, look on them right away, get that locked up. The prices can increase over time. Very cool project. Very happy they came out of our ecosystem here. As well as kind of DAO tooling one I want to highlight. So Voigtcoin helps DAOs kind of manage decision making through kind of the governance, and then any on-chain voting on Algorand. So that is another one I want to highlight. So if we kind of have that infrastructure piece here. Apologies on the spelling. Not a best speller, but that's why we have spell check, plus my fingers are fat here. So that would be is like kind of that tooling, and then that would be kind of those oracles again. I keep copying the wrong thing. So, and like I said, this will all be posted later. I'm not sure if the chat is where the chat is, because I can't really see it. Like I said, I'll answer all questions after. So kind of bear with me there. Copy some of these over, make this look nice while I'm online with you guys. Sweetness. So those are flipped around, so I probably won't deal with that now. Let's kind of zoom out and see how we're looking so far. So that's kind of the general overall space. I talked about each one of these a little bit more in detail. I could kind of write the descriptions there later for you guys. So this is just kind of ideation, first time doing this. So a little couple more in the DeFi space that came out of our ecosystem I want to highlight as well is Upside Finance. Upside Finance is a no loss lottery platform on Algorand. So pretty cool project. You can earn rewards on kind of your staked token. So you put a token in, it generates yield in this pool. One winner is created and they end up getting the yield, and then everybody is returned back their stake. So that is a cool one, as well as the other two I want to highlight. Where DeFi, ecosystem to track kind of your portfolio. They came through our accelerator as well. Big news. So this is kind of a snapshot of what it looks like, kind of how much you're up and everything. There's liquidity pools in there. Great stuff that they're doing. Let's see, last one I want to highlight before we kind of get into a little bit more about kind of the submission, what we're looking for in your project would be 2i2i, earn coins by kind of engaging with kind of your social media followers. So this is kind of catered towards creators as, you know, the creator industry and economy grows and kind of is independent, not having to relate to one specific platform. If you engage, you will be rewarded for that as they continuously come back to you as a creator. So those are kind of some cool things, but general tips about the hack. Let me kind of make that here. So let's see, tips and tricks, maybe we'll call it, but we're really looking for kind of a functional product, a functional platform, project, etc. So functionality is the most important. You know, are you actually able to do what you said you did? That is the most important piece. You know, to think about it, we have only about 2 weeks left. Submissions are July 3rd. So kind of think about your scope. How much time do you have to dedicate this? What can you bite off? You know, what is your true MVP to be able to get done in these last, you know, 2-3 weeks? So that's, you know, something big to think about, making sure, you know, you're able to actually, like I said, finish the functionality there. And then the next thing would be, you know, actually having like probably a really good, you know, what are your motivations here? What is your desires, goals? You know, are you trying to learn? Are you just trying to learn the platform, learn Algorand? Are you creating a company? Are you going for kind of prize money? So this would be goals / motivations. So if you're, you know, going for kind of the prize, and sometimes the best, you know, companies don't even win prizes. So you're there to learn, that is great as well. So kind of highlight those 3 things. Let's see, that would be kind of the prize as well as, you know, learning. Last one would be your GitHub. You know, we're really trying to find and see, you know, quality coders. This is very kind of jumbled up here. I'm sorry, I'm going to make this look a lot nicer before I send it to you guys after this call. Kind of was just freewheeling it here, and didn't have it laid out ahead of time in my mind. So we'll make that look nice, but this would be kind of that GitHub repository. We want to see concise code. We want to see truly a README, so it explains the project, explains what's going on. That showcases that you've thought it through. And then kind of on top of that piece, you know, with functionality, the best projects usually have a cool UI. So functionality, number 1. Number 2 would be kind of that UI. So that front end experience, usually the best projects look good for the user. That way, you know, people are attracted to your platform, attracted to use your tool, your DeFi platform, your game. So those are little things there that we want to highlight. Their submissions, like I said, are due July 3rd. So that is coming up here pretty quickly. So yeah, that is the general space, the general things. We'll post all the links of these, kind of this Miro later. They'll be shareable to you guys, as well as the links of the projects I highlighted today. This just got kind of things flowing here. I'm going to actually unshare my screen now so I can go back to the chat, kind of see what questions are going on here. So let's see. Let me scroll up. I'm trying to join / form a team. Where should I go? Ray, great question. I would go to our Discord. Let's see if I can share my Discord here. Let me go to the right place before so you guys can see it. So we are in the Encode Club Discord server. Let's go to kind of hack access. If you haven't joined kind of the hackathon Discord channel, please click this A for the Algorand hack. That will allow you to open up the channel here. So we scroll to the Algorand hackathon. Find teammates is a great place. Hey, looking to start or join a group. I would also suggest saying, this is an idea that I have, this is my, skill set. I'm a backend engineer. I've already know Python, so I can quickly scale up in PyTeal. Looking for, maybe a front end guy to link the two. I would be a little more specific there, talk about kind of your experiences and skill sets, Ray. Hopefully that helps. Can we just make a project for each theme or just one project? Can a project try to hit all three themes? Mariano, great question. Short answer, yes. If you can somehow incorporate all three themes into one, by all means, we encourage that. We do not want to stop and restrict you in any way. Like I said, this is a creative, very general hackathon. We want to open it, give it to you guys, run with kind of that creativity there. You could also do kind of one project for each. If they're smaller and you already have, ideas for each one, that is also doable. But by all means, if you just win one and you incorporate a second thing, that doesn't mean you're going to win both prizes. That's just a disclaimer there. But let's see. Harsh said, hey, Ray, you can DM me on Discord. It looks like he's looking for a team. Ray already posted in it. Apologies if I kind of double said that there. But do we have any more questions while I am here on call? I also want to post kind of my Calendly. Not too many people have taken me up on this yet, so I'm very free, very eager to talk to you guys. I hope we can kind of build off this session and talk more about what you're looking to build here on Algorand. There's a lot of developer resources out there for Algorand. So to kind of get going, go to kind of developer.algorand.org is a great resource to start. If you kind of are like, hey, let me learn more about it. What is PyTeal? What is Teal even? How do I develop smart contracts? But the best developer resources would be actually their Discord. So please join the Algorand Discord server here. This is where you can join the community. So you'll not only, be able to ask questions to Algorand developers, Algorand dev relations from the Algo Inc. team, but you'll be with like-minded individuals as yourself developing on Algorand. They can help you out, actually spark these ideas. Highly encourage you to join that server, ask, look around, really get involved. That gets you in the community, that gets you in the ecosystem, so you kind of understand what is already being built, what is kind of needs to be built in the space. And then another thing would be kind of looking at, other projects on other chains. Ethereum is the oldest and kind of longest, so they do have a lot of projects. So, you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. You don't have to kind of come up with a life-changing, world-changing product. We can look at, ideas out there, build them on Algorand in this hackathon. This is a great way to expand and work on that. So there's that last question here. What is the link? Oh, okay. Any good video tutorials to get started? Ray, great question. We have our educational series that we actually did. Let me post it here. We have a Medium article on it. Apologies on taking a little time to find it here. but we have getting started on smart contracts. This one would be a perfect place to start. As well as we have our educational series on our YouTube. So this, not only will this be posted to our YouTube, but every event for Algorand has been posted to our YouTube. We have a nice handy little playlist going for this hackathon. We have, let's see, Algorand. Great, yeah. So this is kind of the Algorand hack resources, as well as on our Medium, we have an educate series. So I would continue to go to our Medium, go to our, YouTube. That is the best place to find. We can also talk about this privately if you're looking for, specific resources. Ray, let me know. Reach out to me private. What is the link to join this hackathon? I have already selected Encode. Is that all I need to? Let's see. I'm not quite sure what you mean by already selected Encode, but to register to the hack, that is a great question. If you go to our hackathon page, I guess I could share my screen here. That would probably be helpful. If you go to Encode Club, go to hack. This is all of our hacks going on. Cool place to be. Would bookmark it. Our Algorand hack specific. This will have all of the information needed. So register for the hack if you click that. If you've already done this, that is totally great. But if you haven't, please register. You need to register in order to submit. That just allows us to have the information for you to submit later. We have the announcement as well, linked to our Notion page with all the prizes. All of the resources are also posted here about Algorand, etc. So big, a lot of information is on our Notion, our Medium, but we do have a Notion page for it as well. Let's go to that. The Notion pages, these are detailed instructions on how to submit, hackathon challenges. So if you don't know how to submit, it is due by midnight, your time zone on July 3rd. We're looking for kind of that code base. We're looking for kind of it being live, the functionality being live. So if you don't actually put this up on a web page and have it hosted, that is totally fine. But we would like to have a demonstration video of it kind of recorded on your local machine. So if you have this on local host and you just want to record your functionality that way, that is totally fine. Optional, we're looking for, a full-on presentation showcasing what is the need, what is the problem in the industry, how are you fixing that with your project, your demo, and kind of next steps is the transition we're looking for there. If you did get it up for an online live demo, please send us that website as long as any technical papers. Cool thing that we do with our hackathons is we actually take the finalists, we invite them to the finale where we actually have them present live in front of us, in front of investors, as well as in front of the whole community. And then we announce the winners live. So it gives you exposure, and then we'll be leading this into an accelerator after. So that's all information you need to know. We do have one last question here. Do the projects need to work with smart contracts? Yes. I'm not quite sure what you're asking there. If you're building on the blockchain, you will need, a smart contract, or, maybe the data is on chain. So you're using an Oracle that is written there to pull that data off. So you don't have to necessarily write your own if you're doing kind of those dashboards type things, but you will have to, most is likely, let's see, for example, something like SDK using bot. Good question. No, I guess that answers it right there. If you're using an SDK within Algorand and kind of creating that dashboard or bot to, trade or scrape data, by all means, we encourage that. Great question, Mariana. All right. Well, that is about it for today. Thank you to everyone joining from all over, taking time out of your day to kind of learn and get kind of some idea of what to build on Algorand. Like I said, please book a call with me. I would love to chat with you, hear what you're building. We already have a couple of projects that reach out to me, and they're building great stuff in kind of the DeFi space. So thanks to everybody for joining. Message me on Discord and we'll talk soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.